Well, joining us now, clinical and forensic psychologist Dr. Judy Ho and former FBI special agent Maureen O'Connell. Thank you both for coming in. Judy, research shows that mass killers, they'll often express their intentions, before the event. The term is like leakage. How likely is it that he said something, did something, but Mary Lou, the living girlfriend, just isn't aware that it's relevant to the investigation?
I think it's quite likely because from the research that we have of mass murders in the last 50 years, in general, the major theme is that they feel disenfranchised. They feel like they've been attacked, disliked by some segment of the population or even just one individual. And then this grows over time. But it could just seem like somebody who's a little snipey, a little resentful. But at some point, there's always an inciting event. There's an event that really takes them over the top and they become violent about it. So I believe if his girlfriend really thought about it and thought back to their previous conversations, she may have noticed some of these things, but she may have had her own blinders on. There's also another theory that because of the fact his father was defined as psychopathic, he was a most wanted list.
Yeah, most wanted top 10.
Absolutely. And psychopathic traits do run in families. There's a genetic predisposition. And individuals who have psychopathic tendencies don't tend to connect very deeply to other individuals. So it's possible that their relationship was a bit at arm's length at Paddock's request.
Okay, there are questions too about the nature of the relationship between Paddock and Danley. The LA Times has reported that they were regulars at the Starbucks in their hometown of Mesquite. Paddock would often insult her. He became especially angry apparently when she asked to use his casino card for purchases. A supervisor at that store told the Times he would glare down at her and say with a mean attitude, "You don't need my casino card for this. I'm paying for your drink just like I'm paying for you." Then she would softly say, "Okay," and step back behind him. He was so rude to her in front of us. Judy, this indicates, what, an abusive relationship?
Absolutely. This is somebody who has the power in the relationship. He has the upper hand. We know that financially he has the upper hand in this relationship. It was seen that emotionally he is too, and he actually lets her know exactly what her position is. And so for her, she may have seen this as, in some ways, somebody who's taking care of her, and that's what she was focused on more so than the emotional abuse.
So the key to this, it seems October. There could have been some kind of trigger event.
And this is somebody who is premeditated, cool-headed. This is not somebody who is emotional about it. Absolutely. It's very calculating. It seemed like it was his preoccupation for the better part of a year. He may have been researching ways to keep tabs on police. And in general, mass murderers, they kind of know that at the end this isn't going to end well. Most of them actually do intend to take their own lives or they expect to be caught by police. And their whole plan is to take as many people down with them as they can.
Anyway, well, at 30 seconds, so how typical is this? In this case?
This is actually very typical for mass murders. Most of them do not have a severe mental illness history, nor do they even have any kind of radar with the police oftentimes beforehand. And so I think in some ways this was trying to find a needle in a haystack. Now, post-mortem, we're thinking about these issues, and we do find these common theme risk factors. And one of the main ones, I think, for him is that he's always trying to up the ante. There's something to an attraction to risk that allows somebody like this to be able to be so cool-headed in taking the lives of so many.
Okay.